Here's more wrestling news for December 28th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include WWE has shocking response to latest wave of positive tests, 4 massive names were nowhere to be seen backstage during last night's Raw, Matt Hardy gives honest opinion about possible Hardy Boys reunion in AEW, why was AJ Styles' match on Raw changed twice, independent wrestler sadly dies aged 33, no question without a shadow of a doubt, former WWE writer says released superstar could have been the next Undertaker. Former WWE superstar walks out on producer tryout role with the company. AEW Sting responds to challenge from 3-time Emmy-Award nominated actor, and more. We're kicking off today with WWE, who had to make several changes over the past few days due to a wave of positive tests. Thanks to these tests, the likes of Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Roman Reigns, Big E, and others were pulled from shows, but we can't confirm if this is because they've tested positive or that others have tested positive and these names were pulled as a precaution. What we do know is that in the wake of the latest sea of cases, WWE has changed their testing policy, but in a way you wouldn't expect. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, WWE's mandatory twice-a-week testing at the Performance Center is a thing of the past, and as if that wasn't bad enough, main roster talent received an email that their weekly tests were no longer needed. Sapp added that the policy change didn't sit well with several people in WWE, especially with so many positive cases messing with plans for the superstars of Raw and SmackDown. It appears that WWE's new plan is to reduce the number of positive cases by not testing for them, compromising the health of its entire roster. The report didn't confirm whether proof of vaccination would be a factor in how WWE treats talent going forward, only that testing won't be happening. WWE hasn't made any changes to Day 1 just yet, and the pay-per-view is still scheduled to happen this Sunday, and it feels like this lack of testing is being done as a way to prevent any changes having to be made, but at the expense of the health of the superstars themselves. It's not just the superstars who have been missing from recent events, as we've previously reported on Bruce Pritchard being absent from this week's Raw, but he wasn't the only big name who wasn't around. When asked by a member of Ringside News, someone from WWE's creative team noted that nobody had seen Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, or Michael Hayes during last night's Raw either, arguably the 4 most important names backstage for putting shows together. It's reported that despite these huge absences, staff carried on as usual and were able to put Raw together without the veterans backstage. Last night's Raw was the final episode of the Red Brand before Day 1, which so far has seen no matches be cancelled, postponed, or changed following these positive cases, but things are getting extra difficult, especially when these very important people aren't around behind the scenes. When Jeff Hardy was released from WWE earlier this month, it wasn't long before fans speculated on him joining his brother Matt in AEW. Even before Jeff's release following his concerning behavior at a live event, fans were calling for him to leave, and a Hardy Boys reunion now seems far more likely. Speaking to Josh Graham of The Drive, Matt was asked about his brother and whether they will reunite one last time working under Tony Khan. "That would be fabulous. I know both of us have stated on quite a few occasions that we both want to end our careers the way we began our careers, and that is as a tag team. That was our dream. I couldn't think of a better place to do it than All Elite Wrestling." Although many want Jeff to join AEW, several prominent names, including Kurt Angle, Eric Bischoff, and Booker T, have all urged Hardy to keep clear from the ring and seek help. Ultimately, only Jeff Hardy can make that decision, but we'll have to wait until his non-compete clause expires to see if one last Hardy Boys reunion ever happens. Back to Raw, as before this week's show, a match between former partners AJ Styles and Omos was advertised, but that didn't make it to TV. Instead, Styles was seemingly scheduled to face Commander Aziz, exchanging one giant for another, but when Raw returned from its commercial break, the match was once again changed, and he was facing Apollo Crews. We have no explanation as to why he faced Crews instead of Aziz, but we do know that Omos was not even around for his pre-announced encounter. PW Insider reports that Omos was in Detroit, the home of this week's Raw, earlier on in the day, but sources confirmed that he left the city and flew home before the taping. It doesn't appear that Omos tested positive, given that he was at the Boxing Day MSG Live event where he faced Styles, and there's no other reason given as to why he was missing. We're confident that Styles and Omos will face off eventually, but the colossal former Raw Tag Team Champion is the latest superstar to be out of action in what is proving to be a difficult time for WWE. We've got some sad news to report now, as independent wrestler Marcus Crane has passed away at the age of 33. Crane was a deathmatch specialist and star of GCW, and shortly after the announcement of his death, GCW issued an official statement saying that Marcus embodied the spirit of GCW as an underdog. The statement also praised Crane's hard work for the promotion and highlighted that he was part of the inaugural GCW Japan show when they performed at the legendary Korakuen Hall. In December 2019, Crane would be forced to retire after an infection in his skull leaked into his brain, but was able to make one last return at a GCW show during WrestleMania weekend, and we'd like to offer our condolences to his family and friends on his untimely passing. At Survivor Series 2020, The Undertaker made his final farewell and, true to his word, has kept out of the ring ever since. 2021 marks the first year since 1990 that the Deadman hasn't competed in a WWE ring, but he's not the only eerie superstar WWE has had on the roster. Speaking to Sportskeeda this week, Vince Russo was asked about the Deadman and said that one name should have always been protected. No question, without a shadow of a doubt, if they would have handled this correctly, Bray Wyatt should have been the next Undertaker. Without a shadow of a doubt, from the minute that guy came up, he should have been untouchable, and all roads should have led to him defeating Taker. Undertaker and Wyatt did face off in 2015, but this was years before The Fiend, and given that their WrestleMania 31 collision happened just 1 year after the streak was broken, the Deadman got a comfortable victory over the future Universal Champion. Instead of being the next Undertaker, Wyatt's career, both before The Fiend and during, was plagued with losses in high-profile matches, and the man who could have once been WWE's next Phenom will now have to forge his own path outside the company. More departure news, as James Yoon, better known to WWE fans as Jimmy Wang Yang, is reportedly gone from the company. A former superstar, Yoon had been working as a producer since October, but in a tryout role, but his tenure wasn't ended by WWE. Instead, Yoon reportedly decided during his tryout that the position was not for him, according to PW Insider. In recent years, Yoon had been operating a party bus company and has teamed with his daughter Jazzy on the independent scene, but as you'd expect, both indie shows and party buses have been hit hard over the past year. With over 20 years of experience in the wrestling industry under his belt, the former superstar would have brought plenty of expertise into the role of being a WWE producer, but that won't be happening anymore. And we're ending today with AEW's Sting, who has had far more matches for the company than in WWE and has competed at an impressive level. Facing the likes of Brian Cage, FTR, and MJF, the Icon has faced a who's who of AEW stars and may soon be adding actor Rainn Wilson to that list. Recently, Wilson, best known as Dwight Schrute in The Office, challenged Sting to a fight, promising his Twitter followers that he'd win, and now the Hall of Famer has responded. In a tweet of his own, Sting joked about using a flying toe hold to defeat the actor, seemingly accepting the match. Sting vs. Wilson may seem like an odd match, but it would certainly make headlines for AEW, and we're confident that Tony Khan has the finances to make this match a possibility. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.